Welcome to the Literary Criticism and Theory lesson on Marxist view of literature. In this lesson, you will learn about representing and critiquing society's superstructures and commitment in literature. Think of society as a big, old tree. The hidden roots are the economic base, which supports everything above. The branches are the superstructures: law, politics, religion, philosophy, culture, and literature. Each branch is connected to the roots. To understand society, we use the idea of superstructures, like a building where the foundation and pillars, law, politics, and religion, support the structure of culture and literature. This helps us see how parts of society support each other. Literature often shows society's good and bad sides. For example, in the 18th century, literature questioned the morals and ethics of the time, showing how brave people challenged the norms. The economic base, which includes the mode of production, is the foundation of our societal tree. It shapes and is shaped by the superstructures: law, politics, religion, philosophy, culture, and literature. These superstructures are not just reflections but active in critiquing and possibly changing society. Law, as a superstructure, shows this interaction. It supports the distribution of resources, often protecting the interests of a few. This legal framework keeps the current social order, reflecting the economic base's influence. Politics is another important branch where society's battles for change happen. Political groups represent different classes, mobilizing people and advocating for their interests. This political engagement helps us understand how societies change and face challenges. Religion also plays a complex role. It is often seen as above daily life but is deeply connected to the societal base. The evolution of religious beliefs reflects economic and political changes, influencing and being influenced by society. Culture and literature show the superstructure clearly. They are not just reflections of the economic base but active forces shaping human thoughts. Through stories, philosophies, and art, society critiques itself, dreams of better futures, and faces its limits. Culture and literature can inspire change and imagine better worlds. They make society question, dream, and strive for something better. This transformative power is what makes the superstructure vital to our understanding of society. The economic base, with its conflicts and contradictions, is where change begins. The struggle between different classes, the fight for resources, and the quest for a fairer distribution of wealth are all rooted in the base, affecting every branch of the superstructure. Understanding superstructures and their relationship with the economic base is complex. These structures are dynamic, reflecting human society's complexities. Their transformation often happens with significant changes in the economic base, showing a dialectical relationship. The interconnectedness of the economic base and superstructures shows human society's complexity. It's a web of relationships, each influencing and being influenced by the other. This understanding is crucial for understanding societal change and the role of literature and culture. As we look at the history of literature, we see a big shift. Until the mid-19th century, writers were closely connected to societal issues, weaving social concerns into their stories. Literature was a mirror reflecting society's problems and hopes. The Romantics, for example, were connected to nature and criticized city life, seeking a simple, spontaneous existence. They didn't just create literature, they challenged societal norms. But in the 20th century, writers began to separate societal issues from individual experiences. Who is a committed writer? A committed writer doesn't just write, they use their work to highlight injustices, exploitation, and oppression. They add a critical dimension to their narratives, urging readers to reflect on their society. Few writers in 20th century English literature followed this path. Bernard Shaw, for instance, mixed creativity with a strong commitment to societal change, even when faced with skepticism or dismissal. Committed writing is rooted in historical context. A committed writer sees their themes through significant societal developments, understanding that literature is about the life and struggles of common people. It's about making sense of the world and linking phenomena to human existence and history. Ordinary people are not ordinary, they are the most extraordinary contributors to society. Changing our perspective encourages us to question and redefine commitment in literature. It's about an attitude towards society and seeing the writer's role as actively participating in societal discourse. For example, a committed writer's view of World War I is not a heroic battle but a tragic play of imperialistic capitalist interests, causing senseless destruction for the benefit of a few. This critical perspective is missing in much of 20th century literature. The 20th century saw writers move away from critiquing capitalism, unlike 19th century literature. This lack of engagement reflects a broader trend where writers chose not to confront pressing issues, distancing themselves from the tradition of literature as societal critique. This trend, called modernism, shows a shift from committed literature. Modernist writers focused on individual experience and expression, often ignoring the broader societal implications of their work, leading to a sense of alienation and disconnection from historical and societal contexts. Committed literature, however, aims to challenge, educate, and inspire societal change. It believes literature should interact with the public, address real struggles, and encourage societal transformation. Committed writers are not just creators of literary works but educators, activists, and agents of change. They guide readers to a critical understanding of their circumstances and the possibilities for collective action and transformation. The future of committed writing is challenging but essential. It requires re-engaging with historical and societal contexts, rethinking the writer's role, and recommitting to literature as active participation in the world. By doing this, literature can inspire both individual reflection and collective action. Committed literature is about engagement, challenge, and transformation. It shows that literature connects with the world, addresses its injustices, and inspires change. It's a call to action for writers and readers to be part of the conversation about society and its future. Committed literature not only reflects the world but challenges us to change it. It embodies the spirit of progress and the pursuit of justice. As we read, let us remember the power of words to move hearts, change minds, and transform society. And with those final words, we conclude this lesson. For additional information on this lesson, please look at the content below the video in the online course. To get a list of the important questions and their answers for this lesson, please refer to the guidebook by our publications provided to you with this course for free. It shows you a list of all the questions that have the highest chance of coming in your next exams based on research carried out on previous year question papers. All the best, and I'll see you in the next lesson.